Chief Meteorologist Mike Haddad with your Stormwatch 9 forecast.
Nice winter day in between systems that we're watching. Of course, the next one, as you've been hearing, comes in tomorrow night. But tomorrow, quiet as well, and a nice winter day across the Granite State. Here's the story in the Queen City right now. Some patchy clouds and thicker clouds off to the north where there could be a spot snow shower in the coming hours. Outside of that, dry and seasonally cold as we go through time. Here's a breakdown of what's happening in the Queen City right now. 32, the dew point at 11, and the winds out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour. So a bit of a wind chill, but thankfully the winds are not all that strong at the current time. Here's a breakdown of the two systems we're watching between now and the weekend. The first one arrives tomorrow night, sometime around midnight or shortly after then. By Thursday, mix of rain, sleet, freezing rain, and a bit of snow, but should be gone by about midday on Thursday in many parts of southern New Hampshire. So the morning will be tough for travel in some areas. By the time we get to the weekend, after a windy Friday, next round of snow arrives in this system, probably strung out for a longer period of time, and it will likely wrap up as a wintry mix, possibly for several hours. So we're going to have to watch out for the potential for some icing during part of the weekend. Again, not a lock by any stretch just yet as to how long the mix will stick around. Right now, sticking around up north, some snow showers becoming a bit more widespread in the last hour from Dixville Notch and Berlin points west. Could be another one up until about 8 or 9 this evening, and then it's dry in many parts of the state. Take a look at our satellite imagery. Notice one system moving through the mid-Atlantic, quite a bit of snow and a major impact on travel in that part of the country. That train of moisture extends all the way down to southern Texas and back into the Rockies. More energy that will capture a bit of this moisture and then throw it at us starting tomorrow night. Out ahead of it all, again, quiet for many tonight. Snow shower early up north, and eventually that will break apart as the evening wears on into a quiet overnight, but a cold one with the temperature running well below zero. Temperatures in the upper teens at the coastline by early morning in single digits for many, including Concord and points north and west. So here's our timeline tomorrow. Sun early, increasing clouds as the afternoon wears on. Could be a flurry around 11 o'clock or the midnight hour, but the roads should be in great shape going forward through the midnight hour. It's after midnight through the pre-dawn when we get in on some steady or light snow. However, by about 4 or 5 a.m., enough milder air begins to creep in just over our heads, and that will change it over to some late sleet and freezing rain during the morning commute on Thursday. Not a whole lot, but enough. Temperatures freezing or below for some slick road conditions, and then by about midday it clears out over southern New Hampshire while that light mix or light snow shower action continues far north. So how much snow are we looking at from the system? For a closer look at that, we'll bring in meteorologist Matt Honig. Hi, Matt.
Hi there, Mike. So it's not going to be a blockbuster snowfall by any means. This system just moving a bit too fast to really create that really essential heavy snowfall rates that would add up to several inches per hour. Instead, it's just a 1 to 3 inch snowfall for many of us. Couple of exceptions here. There may be an area of enhancement just north of the Lakes region into the Mount Washington Valley. Totals there could range between about 3 and 6 inches of snow. And then you get on the other side of the White Mountains, slightly lower totals from, say, Whitefield, Franconia, and points west over toward the upper part of the Connecticut River Valley. But this just another great system for ski country. Skiers and snowboarders are going to be loving this for late week and heading into the weekend. Places like Bretton Woods, Loon, Waterville Valley picking up between 3 and 6 inches of snow. And even a place like Wildcat up in Pinkham Notch could even pick up a bit more than a half foot of accumulation, especially up in elevation. But what follows this system is still some changeable weather, even though it'll be great to get outside and enjoy some of this fresh snow on Friday. The winds will start to crank up with some gusts at times up over 30 miles per hour. And look at the wind chills on Friday morning. Sub-zero potentially from the Lakes region and points north, and it will feel like it's in the single numbers and teens come Friday afternoon. Then for the weekend, vacation week kicking off to our neighbors to the south and east in Massachusetts and Maine. And it looks like there could be more active weather on the way. Let's go back over to Mike for a look at the chance for even more snow and mix this weekend.
Yeah, the action rolls on, right, Matt, as we go into Saturday after about 3 or 4 p.m. into Saturday night and early on Sunday. Here comes more snow. This time around, system looks to be a little bit stronger, and that could likely change over to some wintry mix of sleet and even a prolonged period of some freezing rain into Sunday. Way too early to call amounts or how long the mix will hang around on Sunday. But in any event, Monday could feature the strongest winds of the next 7 days. And some of those gusts on Friday, 35 to 40, as Matt pointed out, on Monday could see winds up over 40 in many parts of the state. So a very active pattern rolling on.
Important to pay attention, Mike. Thank you.